and welcome to episode 25 of the Crochet Luna podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from the San Diego area in Southern California, where it is Halloween. Yes, it is Halloween, and it is the day where children and adults all over the United States dress up and eat a ton of sugar. It's so much fun every year, right? This is my costume. I've got a little extra makeup on, and I've got my little leopard ears with my little leopard top. So I guess I am a leopard? A tiger? I don't know. Something fun. Hope everybody is doing well. I hope that you have your costumes ready to go. I've never been a big dress up person. My kids every year, luckily my daughter every year wants to be one thing and one thing only, a black cat. So every year up until this year, she has been a black cat, which makes my life very, very simple. My son, on the other hand, he's been a fireman. He's been a stormtrooper from Star Wars. He's been, I don't know, a gazillion different things. And this year he was Master Chief from Halo. Don't even get me started on that. But anyway, I hope you're all well and you are coming to see part 2 of my Yarny vacation in the UK. I have so much stuff to talk about. I've got notes. I am ready to go. I hope you're ready to go. So let's get started. Let's see. Life update besides the Halloween stuff. The arthritis has been really under control. I'm really happy. I haven't had any issues. I am back on California time. I don't have any crazy problems focusing like I had when I was in the UK. I cut my hair even shorter. I did. Look. And can you see the gray coming in? I don't even care. I don't even care. It's growing really fast. So one of these days you're going to like turn on to see me and you're going to be like, oh my God, is that Storm from X-Men? Look at that. That's the look that I keep saying to my daughter. Look at Storm from X-Men. It's so cool. She's got the dark skin and the white hair, and Mommy is going to look like that one day. She's not buying it. She doesn't like it. But anyway, I feel like I have a lot of energy today. I slept well. I don't know why. I'm excited. I'm excited to actually be filming, and I'm hoping that I will get everything filmed and edited and uploaded today so that you're actually seeing this on Halloween. All right, continuing on with my UK trip. In the first episode, in part 1, by the way, I'm gonna try and do very limited editing on this episode so I can get it uploaded quickly. So I'm probably gonna say a lot of things that I should be edited out, but I'm not going to. You're gonna have to just bear with me. In the first part of my UK trip, I talked about the yarn, and in the second part, I want to talk a lot about some of the non-yarny things that I purchased at Yarndale, and some of them were things that I wasn't even. They were not even in my radar, but because, like I said, there were so many incredible stalls to go to and see different things that I was drawn to several stalls that were not anything that I thought I was going to purchase anything from. And I'm just going to get right to it. I'm just going to jump right in and start showing you some stuff. Like I said, the episode it's going to be a little over the place, but I think it's going to be fun. So let's just go with it. I walked past this little stand. This lady had these beautiful linen ribbons and these lavender satchels, And I went in and I picked up one of the satchels and I smelled it and I thought, oh my God, not only is it beautiful, it smells absolutely divine. This is a little lavender satchel. It was a pack of 2, but I gave one to my mom. It smells so good. And I thought I would put this in with my yarn. Though, I have since learned that lavender is not really a moth repellent. I mentioned this to, I think it was Sophie. I mentioned it to Sophie that I had seen an episode of Christine Kelly's podcast. She does a podcast called U University, and she has a whole episode on moths. And in it, she says that, you know, lavender makes sure stuff smell good, but it's not necessarily repelling moths. But it smells so good. Now, the lady's stall is, the company name is Nemolio. It's right here. It's beautiful, beautiful linen and ribbons and things like that. And I bought 2 of her notions hooks. I mean, look at how beautiful that is. That is a little crocheted, what do you call this? To close it. And then you put your hooks in here. And then you can put all your, it's got spaces for all your hooks in there. I thought these were absolutely gorgeous. I'm using one to keep and one to give as a Christmas present. And I got this one too. Look at how beautiful that blue is. Same thing, it has a beautiful fabric inside. It is absolutely grade A quality. The sewing, the details, the button, it is just a beautiful, beautiful crochet hook case. I love it. So I got that. And then I got, oh my gosh, there was a couple of stands that had these kind of things. And I just absolutely fell in love with this next thing I'm going to show you. And I actually purchased it for my daughter. So it is from Jenny Barnett. She does needle felt sculptures. This is her card. These are some of the things that she does. I mean, look at that. Look at the detail on that bunny and that. And she makes the heads for her dolls. So you can buy kits where you buy the heads and the feet and the hands. But I bought this. Isn't that cute? It's a little pin, but she's chosen to leave it on the little tag, and she hangs it in her room. But just the detailing of the eyes and the face and everything, I thought was just so gorgeous. I bought that, and then I also bought a couple of her postcards. I bought this one. And I bought, oh, the foxes were so cute. And I bought that one. I love this. I'll show you guys one day. I have what I call an angel rag doll that I bought at a craft fair like 1,000 years ago. That it is one of my favorite things. And my kids absolutely hate it because they think it's kind of creepy. But I love it. And it's sort of like made out of like this rag fabric. And what was interesting is that in the stall they had a bunch of really elaborate rag dolls with hair and clothing, and there was this one that was just off to the corner, and I said to the man, well, is that one for sale? And he was like, yeah, well, you know, nobody really likes it. I said, that's the one I want. That's the one that I liked, because it just, to me, it was really calling to me. And it's sort of like this style right here. So that was another thing that I bought at Yarndale that is non-yarn related. And then, and I don't remember the name of the stall, but it was a fabric stall. and they had a bunch of beautiful fabrics, but I found this one that I thought was really cute to make some bags. And then I decided before I left that I was going to take, so I'm going to be jumping all over the place. So I decided before leaving that I was going to take a canvas bag, and at the picnic I was going to have whoever was there sign the bag. So I had Vistaprint send me this bag that said Crochet Luna on it, and I had all my fellow podcasters and some other people that were sitting at the picnic there sign it. So this is one of my cherished souvenirs because I've got you know, Rosina and Faye and Nicola, Tamara, Catherine, Lindsay, just everybody that was there signed my bag. So I love this bag. Then another thing that happened at the picnic, which comes, I'm going to say it, it's a public service announcement brought to you by Eleonora of Coastal Crochet. Eleonora was there. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I do apologize. And she said that her mother, she has a Dutch mother, and she could pronounce the yarn, the company of that, the name of that yarn company that all of us butcher. So I said, I'm going to film you. If you don't mind, I want to film you so that we can all learn the proper pronunciation of this company name. So she very kindly said the name of the company, and I actually had her repeat it 3 times. She must have thought I was like a crazy person. So I had her repeat it like 3 times. I have the video, and I sent her a message to see that if it was going to be okay to post it on the podcast, and she said yes. This is her Instagram name here. Check her out. She's got some lovely designs. But here is your public service announcement brought to you by Coastal Crochet. Okay, I'm going to record you saying it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Schaapjes.
One more time.
Schaapjes.
Again.
Oh no. Schaapjes.
Thank you.
I'm half Dutch. I've got a Dutch mother, so and it means little ship.
Next up, I was in search of some project bags, and in particular, I was in search of one project bag, and I'm so happy I was able to get it. You saw I made the Skipton hat by Miss Vicki Brown, and she was there at her stall. She's so nice. And I said, I need one of those totes, the crocheter totes, and luckily she had one. So I brought my oh so awesome crocheter tote. Love it. I love this. And I also bought the pin. And I bought her crochet sock book, which I've been wanting to get for a long time. And she also gifted me with one of her little badges too. So yeah, I was really happy to get this badge, and I was really happy to get the crocheter tote. I love it. I have a trip to Stitches in Pasadena, which is a yarn show that I'll be attending on Sunday, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but I will be taking these little babies with me. And then next up, again, I don't remember the name of the company, but I've been wanting to get one of these little bags that I can use to crochet on the go. But one of the things that I like about it is that it has a snap. And the reason I like that is because I want to be able to put this on the treadmill when I work out, like I've been working out, like I intend to start doing and walking a little bit on the treadmill. And I want to be able to put it over the treadmill on the side and be able to walk and crochet a couple miles. wishing, right? But no, let's get serious. I gotta do it. I gotta just get my ass to the gym and get on that treadmill and just walk for a couple miles. It's no big deal. I already walk my dogs every day, almost every day for about 30 to 40 minutes. But I feel like I need a little bit extra, and then knowing that I can take my crochet with me and just pop it on, you know, on the side of the treadmill, I think will do wonders to get me to the gym. So yeah, I got this cute bag with the bunnies. And then you saw my Mothy and the Squid yarn that I purchased last episode. They also had project bags, and I found this one to be so beautiful. So I bought this bag, and it's just a very simple, it's got one little pocket. It's just a simple little bag, drawstring bag, and I just, you know, I really liked it. I really liked it, so I bought it. And then, let's see. I'm just like whipping through all this stuff, huh? Where did I get this book at? Where? Oh, was it a cat stand? I made a stop to the Crochet Projects stall. Yeah, I think I might have got it there. Holy cow, if I didn't get this book there, I apologize, and I don't remember where I got the book. Anyway, I purchased, where did I get this book? Whatever. I purchased this book, London Craft Guide. Have you guys seen this before? I'm sure some of you have. This is a great book. If you are traveling to the UK, specifically London, and you want to know where to go get some crafty bits and some yarn, this book is awesome. Now, some of the shops, I think one in particular has closed, and another one has had an address change, but it doesn't matter because it tells you, what I liked about it was that it breaks it up into, it says yarn, and then it says fabric, and then haberdashery projects and resources. So it has the yarn shops, the fabric shops, the haberdashery, and it breaks it up into central, north, east, and south London. So depending on where you're at, you can find different places to go. And I happened to go to two. One was the Village Haberdashery, which I think has a different address than the one here. And it was a lovely, lovely shop. Who happened to be staying up. They stayed open late on the day that I went, which was really good. I think they were open until 8 or 9, which is great. Because most of these places close fairly early. And I was happy that they were open. They have fabric, and they had yarn. And they have patterns. They have all kinds of stuff. So I bought some really, really pretty fabrics that I will be turning into project bags. Look at this pretty. This is a really, like a canvasy cotton with butterflies. I love butterflies because my mother's twin sister, my aunt, passed away about 5 years ago, and her favorite motif was the butterfly. So whenever I see butterflies, I always think of my aunt. And then I couldn't pass up some moon fabric, which I thought was really cute. And I found some snowman fabric. And then I also bought some sock yarn, and I don't know what I did with it. Let's see, is it in here? It is. So they had this knit the bed yarn called Smile in the Mirror 4-ply sock yarn that was specifically dyed for the Village Haberdashery. And of course, you know I'm loving my yellows and my grays. So it has different shades of yellow, which I thought was really pretty. This is the company. Knit the Bed. So I purchased this yarn and I purchased the fabric. Then I had told my mom that I wanted to go to Loop London because, you know, everybody goes, everybody talks such nice things about it. I have to say that it was the closest one that I could have gone to that day. I only had limited time, or else I would have gone to Tribe, as Faye had suggested, or I could have gone to so many other places, but it just so happened that Loop was the place that I was going to go to because I had the time and I was close to it. It's such a cute shop. It really is a really cute shop. It's 2 stories, but it's tiny. They have a beautiful setup. They have some really beautiful things, and I wasn't planning actually to buy any yarn. What I wanted to get were non-yarny things, maybe like a project bag or a button. I did not have yarn in the brain because I know they carry a lot of the brands that I can easily get here, but I have been wanting some of this yarn ever since people showed it in their Edinburgh videos, and they had some Ching fiber, and I thought, oh my goodness, I need this in my life. Look, look, look. So lush and beautiful and vibrant. So I got this one. And then every time I look at this yarn, you guys, I just want to cake it up and make something with it. I just want to. This is the Super Soft DK. This is called Balala. Look at that. It's got purple and blue and green and yellow. It's absolutely gorgeous. Here's the label. The last yarn that I got there was another Ching Fibers in the most amazing color. It is so super bright. Put your shades on right now. Put them on. Because, ba-bam. Look at that. It is so bright. So beautiful. I cannot even tell you how much I love this yarn. It has got all the colors. It's just so pretty. I mean, I want to cake this up now is what I want to do. And again, this is Super Soft DK, 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 100 grams, 212 meters. So I think I can wear this. Yeah. Yeah, so I got these 3 lovely, lovely skeins of yarn there. And then I got a Loop of London bag. And I got a cute little pin. They had just got these pins in when I went there. And their card. It was a lovely experience. The people there were very nice. It was a cute, cute, cute shop. The other thing that we did with my mom as we were walking around London is we hit a lot of the charity shops. We were so pleasantly surprised. There's so many of them. We went to one that was for Oxfam and for cancer research. Just a lot of shops that were there. And I was taken, this was a shop that I think benefited Oxfam. And I bought The Invisible Child and the Fir Tree. I bought this book. I know nothing about the story of the Moomins, right? But what I liked about it is that I guess this book was released with a campaign in the UK for the Invisible Child, dealing with, I believe it's child sexual abuse. And it says at least £4 from each book bought goes to Oxfam projects supporting women and girls worldwide. So I bought the book and I started reading it. I want to read it, and then hopefully I can read this with my kids. But yeah, I bought that. So I hit a lot of charity shops. I bought some really cute things. One of the things that I brought was this little, I'm using it as a yarn bowl. This little yarn bowl. It's just a little fabric, like a nice little cotton thing, but it's a good size, and I thought this would make a great little bowl when I'm sitting on the couch. So that is it for the non-Yarny purchases that I made at Yarndale. I was also, I made a purchase before I left that, because I have been wanting to buy something from this shop for a very long time, and I thought, well, if it was okay with my friend Rosina to have it delivered there, because I was going to see her, that I would go ahead and order. And it is by, her name is Teresa. I'm not going to pronounce her last name, Teresa, because I'm going to butcher it. So how about if I just show your card? She is Shirley Rainbow, and this is her name. This is her card. She makes the most beautiful embroidered and crocheted little pins, and I saw this one and I thought, I wanted it so bad. Look at the pretty bird. So I got that. I purchased this, and then Rosina brought it to me. Her stitching is absolutely perfect. This little frame around the bird is absolutely perfect. And it says designed and handmade by Shirley Rainbow. And it's got the cute little yellow check. So I got that. And then, as I said before, I went to the Crochet Project's stall, and I bought several of their shawl project books. I don't have them here to show them to you because I lent them to a friend, and so she was looking through some of them, and hopefully she's finding patterns that she can purchase individually, because I don't know that she wants to buy the book, but there might be a couple patterns that she could just go ahead and buy, you know, individually. But I met Kat Golden, and let me tell you, a more friendly and genuine soul I have not met in a long time. She was so warm, so lovely. I can't say enough good things about her. She was just such, like, I just wanted to keep hugging her. She was so nice. And so she they do different classes on her website, and I am taking the fermentation class. And so I had told her that I wanted to buy the kit that you can buy for the class. You don't have to buy the kit, but there's an option to do it. And could I pick it up there while I was in the UK? And lovely enough, I did receive my kit. Actually, I think her mom sent it to me from here, from the States. So now I can ferment all the things. I want to ferment everything. So if you have any questions about that, you should visit their website, and they have different classes that you can take. And like I said, she was just so lovely. We had a nice little chat, and I really loved her. I really like Cat Golden. I follow her Instagram, and I'm always looking for the sheep and the goat and all of the beautiful things and those amazing pictures that she posts on her Instagram account. They're just beautiful. But I got a can never have too many of these. I got a little, you know, tape measure for that. And then I got, like I said, several of the crochet project books. And I think I might have gotten, no, I think I already had that. No, I think the Riley sock, I think I already had that pattern. But anyway, that is what I bought that was non-Yarny, not yarn related at Yarndale. I'm telling you, I'm going to try and edit this as little as possible so I can get it up as soon as possible. So let's talk about some of the gifts that I received. And I am so thankful and I am so grateful that you guys went out of your way to make things for me, to gift to me. I cherish them. I love them. It was completely unexpected for me to have received some of these things, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And just looking at them, they make me really happy because they're just so nice. One of the beautiful gifts that I received came from Trina, who is Brown Eyed Girl. And like I said before, I didn't realize it was Trina that was sitting right there. She's won some of my giveaways, and she's always been a great supporter of the Vlogcast. But she made me this gorgeous little market bag, which I have not used because I've been saving to show it to you on the podcast. And this is the pattern that Rosina has on her blog. So I got this beautiful, and look, it's the beautiful yellow color that I'm loving these days. So I got this beautiful little bag from Trina that she made, and she made it for me, and I love that because it's one thing when you give somebody yarn, but it's another thing when somebody's taking the time to make something. I think that is just really special. And I got this beautiful Lancaster, I believe it's Lancaster, Rose of Lancaster, the flower of her home county of Lancashire. We got this right here. And then I got this really amazing stitch marker that I left in the other room. So what I'm going to do is I will take some pictures of the different things that I received, only because some of the stitch markers are going to be difficult for me to show, and that way you can see it better in a picture. Next, I got a beautiful heart from Miss Flora Honeypot. I'll take it out. I haven't even taken anything out of the package for most of these things because I've just been saving it to share it with you guys, and I just didn't want to get it dirty but look at the detailing on this little heart. Isn't that gorgeous with the buttons and the lace? The stitching is absolutely perfect. There we go. So pretty. And it also came with this little star. Just beautiful. I'm going to put this on, probably hang it in my little crochet corner. But yeah, I think this I can make into like a little pin. I think it would look cute as a pin. And then I've got this pumpkin. I think this was from Nicola. Pretty sure. But it's even got, look, it's even survived. It even survived the travel. I was so concerned that the little twig was gonna break, but I got my little pumpkin. Put her right here. And then I got lots of really nice stitch markers. Like I said, I will put better pictures of the stitch markers. I've got sheep, and I've got owls and scissors, and I've got this one which says yarn. And just so many cute little stitch markers. And that was Charlie, and I think also Trina gave us stitch markers. So after we'd been sitting there for a while, and I was lucky enough that Catherine came over and sat with us, she gave me the most amazing gift. Now, I have purchased Catherine's yarn before, and I use it in my urban stripe shawl, and I love her yarn. And she gifted me this absolutely gorgeous, I'll open it. I haven't even, like I said, I didn't even want to take stuff out because I didn't want it to get messed up. But look at this beautiful pink. There's her label. It smells so sheepy. I love it. And then this one is called Pink is Cool, because yes it is. And then this one is called Apple Blossom. And this is Polworth nylon, 85% Polworth, 15% nylon. Afternoon sock. Ooh, I can make socks with this. It's non-superwash. Look at these colors. Look. The gray with the pink. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. And she also made me some stitch markers, which I have sorely needed these lately because I've been using different hooks for different projects and not keeping track of them. But these are her stitch markers that tell you what hook size you're using and you can attach to the project. So I am so thankful that I received that. And I got some, I love this tea. I've had this tea before. The Yorkshire Gold. I've had this tea before and I actually like it. So I got that lovely gift from Catherine. And then Charlie, who made stitch markers for some of us, also made me this book. Look at how pretty that heart is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So those were gifts that were given to me that I will treasure. And every single time I look at these things, I think of that afternoon on the grass at Yarndale with all of my Yarny crochet sisters, having a wonderful time, eating good food, and crocheting on our socks, and just, you know, just having the most wonderful time ever. So that is it. That is it for the non-Yarny purchases and gifts from the UK for my Yarndale trip. I'll have to say, I'll wrap it up by saying I had the most amazing time. I've met the most amazing people. I don't even have words to describe that. Whenever I think of it, I just have such a big smile on my face, and I feel like, man, if I could do that every year, I would so do it every year. If you have an opportunity to go to Yarndale, I think you should. The vendors are absolutely wonderful. The choices that you have in yarn are immense. If you can meet up with your people, you'll have a wonderful time. Skipton is a beautiful town, and there was delicious food, and most of all, there were awesome friends to spend time with. So thank you everyone who I met at Yarndale. Thank you everybody who reached out to me. Thank you everybody who brought me gifts and who spent time with me. I love it. I loved it. So until I see you again, it will not be my last Yarndale. I can tell you that. I don't know when. I have no plans to go back next year. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it is not my last Yarndale, for sure. Without a doubt, I will be back. So, thanks again. And yeah, and that closes up part 2 of my Yarndale trip. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop talking about my UK trip, because I didn't mention that I had the chance to spend one incredible night having dinner with some lovely podcasting sisters. So I took a trip to Edinburgh Castle, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. So I remember reaching out to Allison of the Keep Calm and Carry Yarn podcast, and I said, hey, are you going to be at Yarndale? And she said no. And I said, well, I'm going to be in Edinburgh. Let's have some dinner. And she was all for it. And then when I heard that Miss Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet was going to be there, I mean, we couldn't have planned things any better. We couldn't have planned things any better. I said, hey, Allison and I are going to meet, so why don't we meet, all 3 of us, and have dinner? And she said, yeah, let's do it. So we went to this delicious, well, I don't know, I think it's a pub called A Room in Leith. And I got there a little bit early because I was like really stressed out about being late. And I met Allison, and then Hannah and her husband came by, and we had a delicious meal. And so but before that, let me just say that I really enjoyed Edinburgh Castle. It's just an amazing place. I usually make my own Christmas cards. Like, I'll make pictures, like I'll make a collage, and then I'll order them and I'll send them out. But I think this year some very special people are going to get my Edinburgh Castle Christmas card that I purchased there. I thought that was so cool. Also, for those of you who have asked, because I've had some people ask, I am going to develop a Christmas card for the Vlogcast, as I did last year. I did the Halloween witch, no, the Christmas witch. I am working on that, and I will do again a card swap. So if you're interested in that, we will talk about that a little bit later in another episode. But yes, we will be doing a Christmas card swap again this year. That was so much fun last year. I loved it. So we will do that. Went to the castle, and then went to meet Hannah, and then Hannah brought us, both Allison and I, the cutest sheep ever. Ah, focus. Little legs, little fuzzy butt, fuzzy butt. So she brought us this little sheep that my daughter is dying to get her hands on. I said, no, you can't have my little fuzzy sheep. It's mine. And so we had a really good time, and I want to win the lottery so I can buy an apartment in Edinburgh and spend half the year there. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous city. I fell in love with that place. I loved it so much. And then let's see, what else do I have? That's it for my trip, and I'm going to move on. I'm going to look at the notes and see where we're headed at. Today is the last day of the crochet sock along, and I want to say that the sock along has been amazing. You guys have been amazing, and I want to say a very special thank you to Tamara of Crafty Escapism for being the hostess with the mostest, the crochet sock guru with the mostest on our chatter thread. She has been amazing in keeping up with that thread. I was not as active as I wanted to be. I just had a lot of stuff going on, but she, if you go on that sock thread, she answered questions. She was on it. Everybody has been so helpful and so wonderful. But I do want to say a special thank you to Tamara for having taken on such an active role in that thread. that thread will continue to be open. It is not going to close. I will close it briefly just so that I can pick the winners. Tomorrow is November 1st, so I'm going to close it at midnight my time tonight, only so that I can pick the winners, and then it will reopen because there's just too much good information on that thread not to have it active. And you know, we're going to keep crocheting socks, so we need to have access to that thread. So keep posting your pictures on that thread. And like I said, the cowl closes today, and I will show you, I will talk a little bit about my sock making journey. I am still working on an original pair of crochet socks that I started, I want to say last year. I bought the Ron Strong book, Step Into Crochet, and I thought I would start off with some shorty socks. They are the Gorman Street toe-up socks. They look like that. They are in the Step Into Crochet book. And I had a lot of difficulty making the first one because it was the first time I had ever crocheted sock. But I did do it. I did finish one sock. I've shown these before, so you've seen it. This is my crochet sock. This sock fits beautifully. I could not have crocheted a better fitting sock. I love it so much. So then I had started the second sock, and then I put it down for about 6 months, came back to the sock, tried to crochet more, and my gauge had changed, so it was a lot looser. And I was on a global hookup with Faye and a bunch of lovely ladies, and I showed them the sock, and I think Tamara was there because I had reached out to her about it, and they all just said, you know, frog it, just go back to the toe, go back to this part, and crochet the foot again. So I actually completely frogged the whole sock, did it again, and I got to the point where I had done the gusset and I was working on the heel. This is a short row heel right here. So you see this heel? And for the life of me, I could not figure out how to do the heel. I could not figure out. I remember almost crying in frustration because I couldn't figure it out. And I reached out to Tamara. I said, Tamara, I am losing my mind. Can you please help me with this heel? And she was so very lovely and said, of course. And she made a video that I watched, but I still didn't work on the sock. So I watched it and said, okay, I think I got it. Put the sock down, came back, and then tried to do the heel, and it didn't work. So then I just put it on timeout. I put it on timeout. So now fast forward to the sock along, and I said to myself, I am not starting a new sock. I'm not starting a new sock. I'm going to go back and try and finish this pair of socks. And I was reading the thread that she had taken down the video, so I was a little scared, but I thought, I think I remember, I think I do, and let me work on the sock. So I started the sock up again, and I did the gusset, and then I get to the heel, and I cannot do the heel. I couldn't do it. I could not, based on the pattern, the way it was written, I could not wrap my head around the instructions. So what I did so this will be the third time, I tried to do it and the heel was not working, and I undid it down to where you start the gusset, and I worked it up again, and I tried it again, it didn't work. So now we're up to 4 times, right, that I have frogged part of the sock. So then I thought, oh, there's gotta be a picture, because Tamara is really good about putting pictures in her Instagram about her projects. And I thought there's got to be a picture in her Instagram account that will solve my problem. I just know it. So I get on Instagram and I am like a crazy person trying to remember at the time that she was making these socks, and I found it. There is a picture on her Instagram account that shows the shaping of the heel, and it was all I needed. I even sent her a message saying this was the missing piece of the puzzle. Thank you so much. If I could teleport to the UK and give you a hug, I would do it, because I am losing my mind, basically. And this one picture that she has on there solved it. So I merrily crochet the heel, and then I put the sock on. It's way too big. This sock is way, way, way too big. So I frogged it, started up again. The fourth time, I completely worked that sock, ribbing included, to the point where you would close it up, just because I thought I need to see what it is that I'm doing wrong. I need to understand what am I doing wrong with the sock. So I crocheted a whole second sock, including ribbing, to the very last stitch. Put it on. It was too big. It had issues in several places, and I looked at it, I studied it, and I thought, I got it. And I frogged the whole sock down to nothing. I completely frogged a second sock all the way down to the ball of yarn. You think I was discouraged and upset at that point? Nope. At that point, I was not. And I'll tell you why. I played tennis for like 1,000 years. I started playing tennis when I was 12 years old. And I played in high school. I played some tournament play. I played on different leagues. I played a lot of tennis in my life. I spent a lot of time on a tennis court hitting tennis balls. Hours upon hours upon hours of hitting tennis balls. Not playing matches, going to clinics, but just practice. I practice. I have hit thousands of serves. I've hit hundreds of forehands, not hundreds, thousands of forehands, backhands. I've done it all in practice, right? Because you practice, the better you practice, the better the outcome you hope when you have a real match. So I told myself, look, you frogging this sock, you going to the top, coming back down, every single time you frog this sock, you have learned something. Every single time that you have made a mistake and you've corrected, you've learned something. So when I frogged this sock, my completed second sock to this, I wasn't upset. I thought, this is the practice. You don't go and start a new design because this one frustrated you. Because here's the thing. This sock works. The first sock is beautiful. It fits me beautifully. If I could do it this way once, I could definitely do the second sock again and make it work. So I frogged it. I wasn't upset, and I thought that last sock that you frogged was the practice that you needed in order to make the best second sock you're going to make, because this sock is going to fit you. So then I've started this is the 5th attempt that I make at this sock. I know some people have talked about making sacrificial socks, and I think that's fine, but I'm looking at it more from the perspective that this yarn is too expensive for me to make a sock that I'm not going to wear and it's not going to fit well. And if what it takes is for me to frog it 5 times, then I'm going to frog it 5 times, and I'm going to do my best to get the sock to fit. So this is my 5th attempt at my second sock for the Gorman Street sock pattern. And so far so good. I really understand now what my issues were. I really understand how I'm going to do the heel. It's fitting beautifully. And like I said, these socks are over a year apart. They're over a year apart. And gauge issues, they're both the same. So they're both the same. The toe, you can see this one's a little bit wider, like flatter than more. This one's a little bit more round, but that's okay. They work. But what I'm most excited about is that my gauge has stayed relatively the same. So that is where I'm at. I won't finish them tonight, and tonight is the last day of the cow, but I will finish them, and I will have 2 socks that are going to fit, because I feel like that's just where I am in my journey, my sock journey. I want to make the socks that fit, and I don't want to be discouraged by the fact that they're not working, because they will work. You just have to keep working it. If I have to make this pattern a 6th or a 7th time, I will do it. And I won't move on to another sock, because then it's like, well, if I get to that next pattern and that doesn't work, then I'll just move on to another one and another one. And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to understand, more than anything, I want to be able to understand how to construct a sock that fits my foot. I have a very tricky foot. I have a fat foot. So you know, I have to be able to get a sock that fits my fat flat foot, and so far so good. It's living in my bag, the one bag that I took to the UK, which I thought was very appropriate because it's Doctor Who. And then this is one of my new bags that I've uploaded into the shop. Actually, I think I'm sold out right now. But what I'm most proud about is my Luna, what I'm calling the Luna pocket, which is the pocket here that will fit your crochet hook so that you're not looking for it. And this is another collaboration. I didn't talk about the bags last time, but I will talk about them briefly right now. I am actually collaborating with a bag maker who has a podcast on YouTube. She's Ashley of Ash Love Makes. I reached out to Ashley and I said, hey, would you be interested in collaborating in designing and making some bags with me? And she has been really, really wonderful to look at. So I choose the fabrics. I choose the way that the lining that goes in there, the color of the zipper, and she sews them up. We are actually now collaborating on our second batch of bags that are a little bit different design. We are going back and forth trying different styles, but I'm really, really happy with the quality of bag that she's sewing. And I'm really, you know, I love collaborating. I love collaborating with makers. I think there should be more of that. And so Ashley and I work well together, and this particular size I think is perfect for socks. It fits my sock project, my pattern, and like I said, the most important thing about this design that I love is that I designed this Luna pocket for my crochet hook so that I don't have to be digging around at the bottom of my, you know, because a lot of times not only is the crochet hook somewhere in the bottom of the bag, but sometimes they get stuck in the project, and that's not good. So my Luna pocket keeps that from happening, and it's also big enough that I can stick a pin in there, so you can carry your pin and your crochet hook, and it will also accommodate the bigger hooks. So like I said, I'm really excited, and thank you so much for everyone who has bought a bag from my Etsy shop. I think I'm sold out of bags right now, but new bags are coming. I am actually working on some bags myself that I'm going to sew up myself, but because I'm not comfortable putting zippers on, that was another thing that I reached out to Ashley and said, hey, I know you're good with making zippered bags, so I have her make the zipper bags. but it really feels like we're collaborating because we go back and forth and we talk about different things, about the design of the bag, the size of the bag. So it feels like a collaboration to me. It's not just me going, hey, go make these bags. But I want to have full disclosure with you guys and tell you that I am collaborating with a bag maker, and you should definitely check out her podcast. She makes really nice knitted and crochet things, and she's very lovely. And more bags will be coming, both made by me and also sewn by all the bags designed by me, some sewn by Ashley, some sewn by me. But so that this is my sock bag, so that's where this is living. Having said that about my sock, once this sock is finished, I will be moving on to another sock, and that sock is a pattern by Vicki Brown, and it's a modeling sock because Sophie of a Spring Snowflake, is it Spring Snowflake? Let me see. Let me check out Sophie to make sure that I have your name right. A Spring Snowflake, yes. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. You know what I found out? I was like looking at some past episodes because I was looking for some information. I have a really bad habit of saying, oh, here's X, but I'll talk about it a little bit later, and then I never talk about it. It's such a bad habit. I gotta stop doing that. I will talk about Sophie a little bit later. But anyway, so she corrected me and she told me that it's not the Magdalene sock, it's the Magdalene sock. It's a pattern by Miss Vicki Brown. This is a free pattern too. And she had kits at Yarndale for this sock. And I bought the kit with this beautiful purple yarn. And it has the heels and cuffs and this other purple. But what's really cool that I want to share with you is my bag. This bag I showed several podcasts ago. It's by a Spanish bag maker, and I will put her Instagram right here because I don't think she sells these on Etsy. It is so cool. It is a sock bag that looks like a sock and has sock fabric and has a yellow little pull here that looks like a skein of yarn. I will not start this until I finish my Gorman Street. Let's talk sock along prizes. So I have 3 prizes that I will be giving out for the sock along for those of you who have participated in the chatter thread. They are pretty amazing. So I will be gifting another one of the cool sock bags as a prize. And not only that, you will also get the Sylvan Tiger yarn combo that I purchased at Yarndale. So this is one prize right here. The next prize will be, it's pretty amazing. I've had this prize for a while. It was given to me by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet, and I've been hoarding it. And I think it's perfect since the sock along is in October. Because of, you know, Day of the Dead coming up in November, and so my love of sugar skulls and Frida Kahlo are perfectly encapsulated in this, or illustrated with this bag. Hannah made this bag. She made me one bag and she made me one to give away. So this will be a prize for another lucky person in the sock along. Included in that prize will be some junk yarn. This is a sock yarn. This is called, I can't even read it. Something back. can you guys read that? I cannot read that. Anyway, it's absolutely beautiful. So this will be another prize. And then I have a third prize. So the third prize will be one of my own bags. This is the larger size bag. It's a medium sized bag. And it has the Luna pocket right there. You can see it. You will get this bag. So there's 3 prizes. Each of the prizes for the sock along will come with a crochet sock pin of your own, a happiness is crochet pin, and then I'm really excited about this one. Now, I designed this pin and I gave Faye the mustard color pin that you could only get through her or from her in the UK, and I've told her that that color pin will only be in the UK. It's a mustard color pin. But I had these printed for not only my Etsy shop but also to give away, and that is the blue crochet clan pin. Now there will be more of the mustard pins headed over to Faye shortly that she can put in her Etsy shop or she can use to give away. So everybody will get 3 pins. You'll get the sock along, the happiness is crochet, and I just dropped them all. You'll get those 3 pins as part of your prize as well. So I think that's pretty good, right? You guys worked hard, you posted, you chatted, you made socks, and now there'll be 3 amazing prizes available for you to win. Next up, I want to talk about a couple other things. The box of ornament cowl that I've been running since the beginning of the year. It's been really active. I mean, I did the list. 23 people have submitted ornaments to that chatter thread, well, that thread on Ravelry. 23 people. There is a bundle. If you go to Ravelry, on the upper right hand side, you'll see bundle. There's 2. One for socks and one for ornaments. I think that we should keep adding to those bundles because I think you can't have enough crochet sock patterns or ornament patterns. So I had said at the beginning that what I wanted to do is award some kind of prize every quarter, and the 3rd quarter was September, and so I did a random number generator thingamajig, and the winner is Hide Star 311. I'll put it right here, Hide Star 311. So that's Heidi. So Heidi, contact me on Ravelry and let me know what pattern you would like off of Ravelry, up to $10, and it's yours. Thank you so much for participating and sharing your beautiful ornaments. So now we come to the part where we're going to see who wants to swap. Like I said, there's 23 people that put ornaments into that thread, plus me, that's 24. If you are interested in swapping an ornament, then please email me. My email address is in the down bar in the description. It is crochetluna.claudia@gmail.com. I'll write that right here. Send me an email saying, yes, I would like to participate in the swap, and then send me your address, and then let me know if you're willing to ship international, because some people are not willing to do that, and it's quite all right. You have to let me know by November 8th. So by November 8th, I will be hopefully have everybody's name, and then I'll take a day to match people up, and then I will send those emails out. So remember, send me an email, and actually let's do this. Send me an email with your name, your email address, your mailing address, and whether you are willing to ship international. Just say yes or no. Yes, I will ship international. No, I won't ship international. So let me know those things. I will go ahead and put a post. I will add those things onto the box of ornament thread. So check that out. If you want to do the swap, let me know by November 8th and I'll match you up. I will say right now that please only swap an ornament and a note or a card, nothing else. Because I would hate for people to send packages and get an ornament and feel like it wasn't an equal trade. We are only swapping ornaments. Just let me know, and then we'll figure something out, and then we'll get cool ornaments on our tree that are coming from different places. So November 8th is your deadline on that. And like I said, Heidi, let me know what pattern you would like, and you are our third quarter winner. There will not be a fourth quarter winner because it's after Christmas and that's it. So this is when the box of ornament 2018 Cal ends. It will end on November 8th. Thank you so much for participating in that. Shall we talk finished objects? I have one little itty bitty tiniest of tiniest finished objects. It's very small, but I like it. I have been looking for an ear warmer for a long time, and I found a pattern. It's a free pattern. It's called Heaven's Ladder Ear Warmer by Raylan Orff of Alley Cat's Hat and Crafts. This is the ear warmer, and here is my ear warmer. Because you know, if I'm going to put a button on something, it's going to have a sugar skull. So I got these buttons from my sister a long time ago, and I made this pattern. It was pretty easy to make. I had a little bit of a challenge, and it's me. Sometimes I have a hard time reading patterns, but I figured it out, and it gives you kind of like this kind of, here's where the mistake is. Look, if you can see it there. Like, this cable lip thing kind of went wonky right there. But I don't care. It looks good. This is my one finished object. I also made some based on a pattern by Laurel, who has the Dabbling Hook podcast, but I can't find them, and 3 of them I gifted already. But you can go to her Ravelry store and find it, and it's a super quick make because you use chunky yarn. So that's my only finished object. I will talk to you about upcoming CALs. I am taking another CAL break because I have too many unfinished projects. I have too many whips, and they're driving me nuts. And I saw that Charlie of the Love Charlie podcast and Love Charlie blog is doing hashtag Whipvember, which is going to run November 1st through November 30th, where you can go and finish your unfinished projects. So I decided I was going to take out all of my unfinished projects. If you read her blog, that's one of the things that she says to do. Go get your shit and look at it, okay? See what you got. And that's exactly what I did. Okay, Charlie didn't use those words. Those were my words. But really, I felt like she was saying, go get that stuff and look at it and see what you got. So I did. I very dutifully went over to where I keep my whips, and I took them out. And so it's hosted by 3 other people, and I'll I'll put the people there so that you can see them, their Instagram accounts, so that you can see who she's hosting this with. But I want to share these with you for accountability purposes. And they are basically, except for one, all Cal whips. These are all whips that should have been finished for Cals that I hosted or participated in. Except for one. Let's open up the first one. Living in my fabulous fortune cookie bag. From my own fortune cookie cal that I ran earlier this year. That was so much fun, right? Okay. Now, I gotta be honest with you. The reason this thing did not get done is because I lost steam when I ran out of yarn, and it took, I want to say, a good month, if not more, to get the yarn dryer to get this yarn back to me. But that's okay. I understand. I'm not blaming them. It just it broke the rhythm of what I was doing. And that is my amazing eyeball shawl by Alex Creates. I see, this is where I ran out of yarn. And this is a stitch marker made for me by Charlie. I love Charlie. So, yeah. This thing is the coolest thing ever. But I need to finish it. And I have the yarn to finish it. With Oink Pigments. So, that's whip number 1. Now, whip number 2... And some of these are kind of close to being done. It's just, I just have to focus and not start anything new. I am on a ban to start new projects until these are done. Okay. I really need to get these done. This is Erica Knight, and the pattern's not in here. It's for a fingerless, like really long sleeve mitten. That is fantastic. I love it. I'm holding 2 yarns, a fjord fibers and an unnamed mohair that I had in stash that I inherited from a lady who used to own a yarn store, and she closed it and she gave it to me. It's huge. It's this beautiful multicolor mohair that I'm holding with fjord fibers. And I've got this, it's just an amazing pattern. It's an amazing, amazing pattern. And it just, you know, I like it because it covers my elbow. And I have very tender elbows in this area here. As you can see, can you see that? I end up developing what's called nodules right here, which are, they're almost like cysts or fatty deposits. And they become very tender, and when I put them on surfaces like a desk or a table for a long period of time, they really hurt. So I thought these would be great. Plus, I don't like wearing too much long sleeves, so I can wear a short sleeve and I can wear this, and it would be fabulous. I need to finish the other one of these. They're not hard. It's a great pattern. Like I said, it's just great. So, whip number 2. Okay. Whip number 3, this is the one that I'm really upset because I really wanted to wear it today, but life and it just didn't get done. By the way, this bag I purchased on Etsy, and I don't remember the seller, but I love it. It reminds me of my dad. So my parents' business is telecommunications. And so it's the phone business, you know, the cables that were used to be underground and now are, no, above ground, and now they are now underground. I was the office manager for their company for many years, and so looking at these telephones, these classic phones, remind me of my dad. Next is a whip that I really, really wanted to get done for today. Living in the most amazing bag ever gifted to me. It's this one here by Mitchell's Creations. That's Tara. And it is my skull sweater that it's called the Filet Jumper. It was in Simply Crochet magazine. I don't remember the issue. It looks, oops, I'm going to be showing you that. It looks like that. This is a black and white picture of it. But I have the whole first panel finished. See that? It's all finished. It's done. Everything is done. I just have to do the second panel and put the sleeves on, and this puppy will be done. I'm using the Novato by Omega yarn, which is a great yarn. I love it. So this is whip number 3. Okay. Whip number 4. I should have finished a long time ago, but I ran into a little snafu and I had to rip some stuff back, so I was actually on timeout. It is the Sky Sail Top by Lena Fedotova. It's this awesome top. I was really rocking and rolling on this top, and then I hit a snag, and then I was like, ugh. So, and like I said, I have a lot of it done. There's a lot. There's a lot of this top done. Look. See? It should be done, you guys. Come on. Come on. Come on, Claudia. Just get it done. So, yeah. Love the colors. Love the pattern. It's a great pattern. It's an absolutely great pattern. But you've got to have the time to sit down and have some uninterrupted quality time to be able to read, count, put these things together. And it just, I have not had that space, you know. So that is whip number 4, living in this amazing bag that Melanie Crochet painted for me. Love it. Another one that I have, and I am missing another one. I am missing another one. I took a knitting class earlier, and I was ready to the point where I could start a knitting project. And so she suggested that I could do the hitchhiker, which is that right there. It's all garter stitch. I have my Leica needles, which I love, but I made so many horrendous mistakes on this. I got really frustrated. Okay, you guys, you can laugh because I'm looking at it and I'm laughing myself. So the hitchhiker has, if you know this pattern, there's each one of these here is like a little tooth. So it kind of goes in and out, in and out, in and out, right? I don't even want to show you this. That is definitely not right, you guys. So it's supposed to look kind of like that, right? In and out. What the hell happened there? I don't even know. I don't even know. Look at this. I cannot begin to explain to you what happened there. Okay? So, oh my God. This is my hitchhiker scarf that is going to get frogged. The yarn is absolutely gorgeous. Okay? It's sparkly. It's beautiful yarn. I don't think it's right for this scarf. I will attempt that scarf at one point. I've got beautiful Leica needles. But Okay, you can't block that shit out. You know, have you seen that? It says you can block that shit out. No, you cannot block that shit out. There's no way. So that is going to get frogged. It's not even going to get, it's not a whip. It's a project that's going to get frogged. That's living in one of my little medium-sized bags. This is like a little prototype that I made when I started making bags. And then next we have my loft shawl that I started before I left the UK. It's gorgeous. I love it. I just have to finish it. See? See what I mean? They have to get, I want to finish, because there are things that I want to finish. It's not just like, oh, I gotta finish it. No, I want to finish them. I want to be able to work on these projects. So let me get that one that's missing, because I want full accountability about these. The next project that's gonna get frogged is another one that was in every single project that I've shown you except for the knitting project has been for a crochet along that I either hosted or participated in and did not finish. This one is another one. It's the Garters Ahoy by Sandra of the Cherry Heart podcast. I made the most progress on this one that I have on any knitting project. But, and it's gorgeous. Yes, it is. But it's got issues, okay? First of them being that this is not DK weight yarn, and the project calls for DK weight yarn, so I want to do it in the right yarn. And second of all is that I've dropped, or I've done something on one of these stitches that is throwing off the stitch count, and it's not making it look right. And this yarn is too pretty for me to make something that I'm not going to wear. So I'm going to frog this, but I do intend on making this one because I think this project to me seems a lot more something that I would wear than a hitchhiker scarf. So that is living in the most fabulous bag made for me by Sandra of the Cherry Heart podcast. So I will frog that project and I will attempt it at another time. So that's how many projects, you guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects that need to be finished before I start anything else. I will not start anything else. And then 2 projects that are going to get frogged. And that's where I'm at with whips. So I've shown you all my whips. I know there's no way. I'll probably get them all done for Charlie's Whipvember that's running this month. So I'm not starting a cal, but I'm starting a hashtag that's going to be called hashtag Cal Whip Finish Line 2018. I'll put it here. Cal Whip Finish Line 2018. So that is the continuation of my Cal Whip Finish Along. So that's going to run through the end of the year, and I'm hoping with November and December that I can finish off these whips that I've shown you to start the new year fresh. I will be putting a pair of socks on my hook because that's going to be my Christmas my Christmas project, crochet project that I want to start. Which leads me to something that I had talked about in my last podcast about a term that we crocheters can use to say that we want to start a project. The same way that knitters say that they want to cast something on. I heard some people say, and I wrote them down, some people had ideas to say something like to chain on, chain up, link up, hook on. But in thinking, what I usually say is I'll say I want to get that project on my hook, or I want to get that project off my hook. So I kind of like that terminology, and I will be using it in the future. So I have a pair of socks that I want to get on my hook for Christmas, and I've shown you the yarn already. It's from my Yarndale haul. So that is the only project that I'm willing to start. I showed you the one for Vicki Brown, so I guess that would make 2 projects. But really, if I get my Gorman Street socks finished, I will start and finish my Maud Dillon socks, and hopefully be able to start the Christmas socks that I want to get on my hook. But that's it. I really want to focus on finishing what I have so that I can start using all my beautiful yarn that I got in Yarndale. So that's where I'm at with that. Okay, moving along to, like I said, no cows, have no cows planned for the rest of the year. If I feel like joining a cow, then I will do that and I'll let you know, but I am not starting any cows. I will be starting to work on my cow calendar for next year. I want to have, by the beginning of the year, I want to already have organized the cows for 2019, so I can let you know what they are, and then you can plan accordingly. For sure, we are definitely doing Summer Romance with Clarissa Beth. We are going to talk about finalizing what that theme is going to be, but you know, that's usually in June for the summer. And then the Dodgy Bag Mail with Allie, we'll get confirmation from her about it. And then the Sock Along in October. So there's 3 cows that I think will be constant, and in between those, we can throw in a couple fun cows in the Crochet Luna Vlogcast. So stay tuned for those. Let's see now. Let's move on to a little Yarnopolis, which is my segment of either yarn that I've acquired or gifts that have been sent to me. I had a really nice gift sent to me before I left to the UK, and as I said before, I had planned to podcast or to record a video before leaving, and this was one of the things that I was going to talk about, and I didn't get a chance, so I will share with you this really lovely gift. It was sent to me by Christine. She's been a longtime viewer of the videos, and I had shown a pattern for a cowl, a fringed cowl, I think 2 or 3 podcasts ago, and it called for a cake yarn, a mandala yarn. Now I don't really own mandala yarn. I have one that was given to me by, 1 or 2 given to me by Zelda, who is Zelda NRJ3 here on YouTube. If you don't watch her videos, you should. She's such a positive, nice lady. We're really good friends. We'll be hanging out this weekend. We're going to go to Stitches in Pasadena. But I don't really have a lot of cake yarn. She had sent me an email saying that she had a cake yarn that she wanted to send to me, and would I like to have it? And I said absolutely. And it is this mandala yarn, which the color is Serpent. It's really pretty. It's got yellows and grays and creams. And this is exactly, I think, the color that was used in that pattern. So I look forward to making that pattern. But not only did she send me this beautiful cake yarn, she sent me 2 just whimsical, gorgeous little bags. So she sent me this one, and I took this one to the UK. I had some pins on here. It has dragons, and it's just a little tiny drawstring pouch that's just perfect for notions or for whatever. So she said I could have one and give one to the podcast. So I'm saving, and then inside the fabric is this really pretty pink. So I'm saving this one for a future giveaway. It's really pretty, and the inside is like this little plaid fabric. It's got little birds flying. And not only that, but she sent me this amazing tote bag. Look at that. It has it all. It has it all. And it's from the Striped Tangerine, which I love this shop. I have purchased from them before. So this is the Striped Tangerine tag. And it's just this beautiful, beautiful tote bag. And I want to say, Christine, thank you so much for thinking of me and sending me these beautiful, beautiful things. Blown away. I don't know. I have no words. I mean, look at the detail in this embroidery. It's got all the crafts, right? All the things that I love to do. All of them. I've done them all. So I got that gift, and I wanted to say thank you and share it with you guys. And now you guys know that there's an amazing little bag that will be added to the prize stash, which I don't have like a big prize stash, you guys. I just have like a little basket of things that I put in there when I see things that I think you guys will like. So I'm always so ever grateful when I get things and people say, oh, here's one for you and here's one for the podcast, because I would never have thought to buy this. I mean, the name of the company, the Etsy shop, is called, and I'll tell you now, it's called Kitsch is the New Black. I will put it down here. And she is an Etsy seller. So that's it for Yarnopolis. I want to address something that I think is super fun. And that is that so many of my podcasting sisters and brothers are also Etsy sellers, or have like not Etsy shops, but maybe shops through Shopify or something like that. But what I'm saying is, not only do they have a podcast, but they also sell goods. And there are so many of us doing it. Sometimes it gets a little confusing trying to find these shops, because Etsy's search engine is not it's not a very good one. Like, I can go in there and type in a shop name, and it's not like Google, where it's like, oh, I think you mean this, and here it is. It just says no search found, right? So what I thought I would do is, because a lot of times I show things from different Etsy shops and I put the link down below. I thought what I would do is I would start a thread on my Ravelry group page, and it will have, in alphabetical order by the first name of the podcaster, a link to their Etsy shop. So, for example, under C, you will find Claudia. You will find the name of my podcast, the Crochet Luna Vlogcast, and you will find a link to my Etsy shop. So the same thing, for example, under C, you will find Clarissa Beth, and you will find the Crochet Cakes podcast, and you will find a link to Dainty by Crochet Cakes. So if anybody has a question or they want to find a certain shop, I want to be the directory for my fellow podcasters, so that you can go there and you can, because we all know everybody's first name. If I say Faye, you know who Faye is. Hopefully you know who Faye is. You should. And then you can get a link to her podcast and her website, because she does, I think she has an Etsy shop, but she has a very strong standalone online store presence. So you can, if you want, go to her podcast on YouTube through that link, or you can go through to her website. So I will put that together. Give me a couple days. I don't know that it'll be up as soon as this podcast uploads, but my goal is to share the shops of all my fellow podcasters that I come across, because I'm going to read you a list of people who have Etsy shops or Ravelry stores where they sell patterns. All of these people have goods that we are lucky enough to have access to make our crafting life better. So there's Rosina, who is Zines and Roger. She has amazing patterns. Kalisha has amazing patterns and an Etsy shop where she sells her beautiful bags. We have Laurel from the Dabbling Hook, who does amazing patterns and has an Etsy shop. Deanne, who is Addie Day Designs, amazing patterns. She is one of my favorite designers. You've got Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet, another amazing designer. You've got Stephanie, who is a Tatted Tatter. She's starting to sell her patterns. You know, if you need to go look at Stephanie's Ravelry store, there'll be a link there. We've got Faye, who's Knit It, Hook It, Crafted, amazing vendor. There's Holly from the Yarn Journey podcast. She's a designer. So I'm going to link, I'm going to put the first name, the name of the podcast, and a link to either their Ravelry store or their Etsy shop on my thread so that you can go and access them in one place. Now, new podcasts to watch. I said I was going to talk about Sophie at the beginning, so I want to talk about Sophie. So, when I was heading up to Skipton and I was at King's Cross, it looked like Sophie and I were going to be on the same train. And we connected and we had a lovely ride. Like I said, I don't think that I would have made it without her help. And she has a podcast, and the name of her podcast is A Spring Snowflake. Check it out. She is a wonderful crocheter and she knits. She's a lot of fun to watch, and I want to send her some podcast love. So go check her out. And we've got another podcaster who is new. She is Karen McCarty, and her podcast is Happiness is Homemade. Really enjoying your podcast, Karen. I like to see what you're making. She is quite the jack of all trades. She's a hustler. She has like 2 jobs that she does, and she crochets, and she's got kids, you know, like we all do. So, and I really enjoy, there's certain people that I really like the tone of their voice and just their manner and how laid back they are and how they come across, and she's one of those people. I really like her. So check out Happiness is Homemade and check out A Spring Snowflake. So I will put those here, and then you can go check them out and subscribe. All right. Oh, there was another podcast that I want to talk about that is not new, but new to me, and that is Seta's Place. I really enjoyed it. I've watched 3 of her episodes, and I really enjoy. Again, I like her laid backness and her personality, and she's just really nice to like just listen to. I mean, I was having breakfast the other day, and she was having what she calls a sip and chat, and she's preparing her tea, and she's talking about different things, and I really enjoyed. I have to go back and catch up more of her episodes, but I really enjoyed her podcast, so there's another one for you to check out. And let's see. That is it for my podcast shout outs. A really big thing I want to talk about is that this channel has hit 2,000 subscribers, and that is a big deal to me. Actually, hitting 100 subscribers was a big deal to me, but having over 2,000 subscribers is a huge deal to me. Podcasting, recording videos has changed my life. It really has. Because I have access to the most incredible community of people, and I love it. I love it. I don't see me not podcasting anytime soon. Now, I'm not a regular. You know, there's people who are able to do it on a regular basis, and I'm not able to do that. But I'd like to think that when I do it, you guys have fun watching these videos, because I have fun making them, and I actually really like editing. It's one of the things I did. I took a film class in college, and my favorite part of the whole film class is editing. So I like editing and putting these episodes together. So I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers, Thank you from the bottom of my heart. To everybody who comments, who takes the time to comment, thank you so much for that. There's a thousand things we could be doing, and the fact that you take a minute to comment or that you respond to something on my video means a lot to me. So I want to say a big thank you, and I want to do a little giveaway for you guys for hitting that 2,000 subscriber mark, and I will show you the prize. This is a bag I picked up at Loop London. As you can see, it's got little birds and owls. And inside the bag is a lovely gift given to me by Catherine of Crafternoon Treats, which is 2 balls of the Boho by Stylecraft. Beautiful yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is 75 superwash wool, 25% nylon. It's really, really nice yarn. You will also get a Crochet Luna enamel pin, and you will get a Crochet Clan and a Crochet is Happiness button. And you will also get one of my favorite little things that I've purchased in a while, which is one of these little cases that holds it holds my stitch markers. That's what I use it for. So one person will get that. And how I want to do it is I want to ask you a question that you can leave the answer to on this video. It's a 2-part question, actually, and the 2 parts have nothing to do with each other. I'm trying to get some feedback. One is, I'd like to know how watching podcasts about crochet, how have they changed your crafting life? So I'd like to know, you know, there was a time before when you crafted when there was no crochet podcasts, and now that you watch crochet podcasts, or let's just say knitting, crochet, fiber podcasts, how have podcast videos changed the way you craft? Because they have changed the way I craft. I feel more connected to my craft when I watch my fellow podcasters. I feel more enriched by the projects that they make. I feel like I learned more about my craft and fiber through podcasts. It's almost like a little lesson. I feel like I learned from each and every one of my fellow podcasters. So on this video, comment below and tell me how videos and podcasting how they have changed the way you craft. The second part of the question that has to be answered is, do you really need show notes? And I ask that because writing show notes takes a long time. A lot of times I put the name of a pattern or a person that I'm talking about already on my video. I tend to reference and put that information on the video itself, and then I will go ahead and put it again in the show notes. So my question to you is, do you require the show notes? And so let me know, because if it means that I get a couple of people asking me about a pattern that I could quickly answer, I don't have a problem with that. I think it would be a problem if I had 15 or 20 people asking me the same question, but I would like to know if that is something that you really require and that you really want out of my, I don't know about anybody else, out of my videos, do you want me to keep doing show notes? So that's a two-part question. And I will pick a winner for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway from YouTube. Also, please be a subscriber to the channel. And I will pick a winner and ship that out to you. So, I haven't done this in a while, but I have Pattern Palooza. I love Pattern Palooza. Pattern Palooza is like one of my favorite things to do because I get to look at all these beautiful patterns and I get to add them to my library, and sometimes I buy them and sometimes I don't, but it's one of my favorite things to do. So because we are entering a sweater weather, I thought we could focus on some sweater patterns. Oh, you know what other whip I haven't shown you guys? And it's staring at me right now. It's saying, why did you not show me, Claudia? You know you need to show me. You know you need to show the people where you're at. It is my Blurred Lines sweater. And it was also a cow project by Addie Day Designs. This is how much I have done on my sweater. Not much. So that has to be added to the whip pile. Living in my favorite wax canvas bag by Faye of Knit Hook and Crafted. Oh, I love the way this bag smells. So I have this beautiful bag. So let's add that up to the pile of whips. But getting back to Pattern Palooza. These are patterns, paid and free, that I have chosen that really caught my eye, that will go into, I have a whole filing cabinet in here, my little crochet corner, full of patterns that will go there so that one day I hopefully will make it. So starting off with a paid pattern is the Bracken Cardigan by Heidi May. Now what's really cool about the Bracken Cardigan is that you can make this sweater from 1 to 2 years to a 4X. This sweater you can make for the whole family. The whole family can have a Bracken cardigan if you wanted to. That is an amazing pattern. Number 2. Really like her stuff. This is Jane Clivesit of Joy of Motion. I have talked to her about her before, and the reason I really like her patterns is that she really designs for a full figured, for a very fluffy person like me. And this is the Regello cardigan. Look how pretty that looks. It looks super comfy. Here's the name of it. I'll show you a better picture. And if this uses chunky yarn, yeah, it uses bulky yarn. So you know you're going to be able to bust this thing out pretty quickly. Look how nice that looks. I love the sleeves on that. She is such a pretty lady. I love her. So yes, this is also a paid pattern. Joy of Motion, the Regello cardigan. Alright. I've been seeing... Okay. Side note. Rhinebeck just happened, right? And I like Christy Glass Knits. I like her channel. I really enjoy a lot of her interviews. And she does this thing called Tell Me About Your Rhinebeck Sweater, where she goes around asking people about the sweater that they've knitted to go to Rhinebeck. Out of all of the sweaters, out of all of the things that I saw in that video, which I thoroughly enjoyed, I think maybe one was crocheted. Maybe one was crocheted. And 100% of the things that I saw were crocheted. You see this? Did you hear what I just said? 100% of the things were knitted. All the sweaters on her video were knitted. Obviously, she's Christy Glass Knits, so she's looking for knitted stuff. Although Christy Glass also crochets, and she has shown some really nice crochet things in the past. But in the Tell Me About Your Rhinebeck sweater, I think they were all knitted, but maybe one. And I think that's sad. I mean, are you telling me no crocheters go to Rhinebeck and buy yarn? I know that Holly from the Proper Pineapple went, and she was wearing a crocheted garment that she made, which was lovely. That I think she was trying to find Christy and didn't find her. But everything was knitted. Everything was knitted. All my love to knitters. That's not the point. The point is I would have loved to have seen some crocheted sweaters. And some of them have so much color work that it's amazing. They're amazing, 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 amazing. So I thought, let me see what kind of color work sweaters are out there for crochet. And there are some amazing sweaters, you guys, that have color work that I think are absolutely stunning. So Simone Francis, who you guys know makes amazing patterns, has a sweater called Birds of a Feather sweater. And it's this one right here. I think that is beautiful. Beautiful. This is a paid pattern, but that is a beautiful sweater. I think I want to make that. Okay. I showed you Lena Filatova, you know, the top with the different colors that is on the whip pile. She has something called Purplish Diamond. Look at that beautiful sweater. That is a gorgeous color work sweater. We can make that, you guys. We can make this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. We can make this. I am looking forward to making something like this. Then we have one of my favorite designers. There she is. Miss Deanne Ramsey has the Adelong. Beautiful sweater. So I know a lot of people are making this sweater, and it's beautiful. But now I have some free patterns. I really, really like this pattern. Unfortunately, I don't think the picture is going to really show the detail of it. It's called a Circular Motion Sweater from Lion Brand. This is a free pattern. Oh, my light's changing, so can you see the detailing on that? I think that's really pretty. Here's the information on it. If you have not subscribed to the Lion Brand website, you totally should. They have Lion Brand, Red Heart, Yarnspirations. They have a lot of great free patterns. Next, we have a great pattern by Red Heart, and it has cables. The Entwine Chick Cable Sweater. Look at the cables in that. Look at the sleeve. You know what I really liked? I liked the way this sleeve looks. Can you see it? This is a free pattern by Red Heart. This is the name of it right there. It is an intermediate level pattern, but I think it's really pretty. Especially if you want something with texture. Here's the front page of it. So you can see those pretty cables. And I like the cowl neck. I like that a lot. Then we have another free pattern by Tamara Kelly, who is Moogly Blog. She has really, really great patterns. I really enjoy her patterns. It's called Riverbend Cardigan. And it's a little, you can see it's square. This doesn't look very difficult to make. This is the name of the pattern. It is a free pattern. Last free pattern is called Make the Great Crochet Tunic by Red Heart. This is also a free pattern. Very simple. That was really pretty. And I like boat neck sweaters. I think that they are a better look for me than... My favorite kind of neckline is a V neckline, but a boat neckline also works well for me, so I really like this. Is a free pattern as well. So that is it, and I'm so happy to have been able to put this out. I hope you guys have an amazing Halloween and the beginning of, to me, Halloween is the beginning of the end. It's the beginning of the end of the year. It's the beginning of the holiday craziness, which I am determined not to be crazy this year. I really am. I have still been working on my word of the year, which is organize. I have cleared out a lot of things out of my house, and I'm still purging. And with each bag that leaves my house full of stuff that goes and gets donated to a charity, I feel good. I feel like weight is lifted off. I'm ruthlessly getting rid of stuff. I am being ruthless about it. And I think you have to be sometimes. I think sometimes you hold on to things that because of sentimental reasons that after a while don't make any sense. And so I've let go of some of those things, and I feel good about it. But I wish you guys an amazing weekend. I hope that you get a lot of crocheting done. I will see you back soon. My name is Claudia. I am Crochet Luna on Instagram and on Ravelry. And I won't even mention my blog because it's a hot mess. And I'm considering getting rid of my Facebook because I don't really use it. My Crochet Luna Facebook page probably has not been updated for some time. And it's also the process of trying to, like I said, organize, the process of trying to clean up, the process of trying to get ready for the new year. I need to reevaluate the social media and how I am using it. So I will say I am Crochet Luna on Instagram and Ravelry and here on YouTube. Sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for all the new viewers. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. I might not get back to you right away, but I will get back to you. And I wish you a happy and safe Halloween. Crochet on. Bye.